Hey Scorps, what's happening, my lovely people? I'm really proud of you, Scorpio. I'm just going to jump right into it. Your meditation was probably one of the best meditations I've had in a long time. And it was just, a few minutes, but the feelings that came from it were really powerful. And they told me, Scorpio, that you're stepping into the greatest and most profound chapter of your life. All of everything you've been through up to this point, all of the turmoil, the chaos, the pain, all of that has prepared you to step into this next chapter. And this next chapter is going to have you feeling a level of peace. They gave me a term. Let me see if I can get it back. Give me a second. Okay, you're about to experience peace in a way you've never experienced it before. It is going to become highly intoxicating and addictive to you. And Source is proud of that. Using the word addicted and intoxicated with peace instead of alcohol or drugs or, chaos. This is going to be one of those experiences that you have on the heels of something kind of painful, where you step into this moment of peace and it becomes so ingrained in you, like this is who you are, what you've meant to be all along, to the point where you will not tolerate any bullshit. As soon as something comes your way or somebody tries to do something towards you to kind of cause problems, you nip that shit in the bud right away. You do not allow it in your life anymore. Your cutoff game when it comes to the chaos and the drama is going to be so strong, because when you experience this level of peace that Source is bringing to you, God, when you experience this, you are not going to settle for less anymore. And this peace is coming due to the turmoil and the chaos that you've been through. You have literally lived polar opposites here. And Scorpio, you like that black and white stuff. Polar opposites. So you're going to have both extremes. And you're going to be able to use the peaceful extreme, the powerful, peaceful extreme, and all of the beautiful blessings that come with it, to be able to look back and give love to the chaos and the pain and the turmoil and the broken relationships and the addictions and the poverty and the whatever your story is. The physical abuse, I just heard somebody enduring a lot of physical abuse. And you are going to be the mouthpiece for God. Your story was intricately weaved into this web of just beautiful anomalies. It's like you've lived all of these experiences that a lot of people are living on this planet for the purpose of being able to bring these teachings to help people get out of that. And on top of that, you're breaking stigmas. Once you hit a certain point, you can't rise above back to a certain point. Once you lost status, once your name has been smeared in a smear campaign, a shame, all of these things that people think you can't come back from. It's like you are what they consider the anomaly, but what you're going to show the world is that it's not an anomaly at all. And you are able to break it down in very precise, easy to understand, methodical steps because of the way you speak. And they want you, I'm about to cry, they want you to stop judging yourself for the way that you speak. Maybe you don't think your vocabulary is very strong. Maybe you say things really bluntly and you don't mean it to come across mean. And you're expected to be nicer, and they don't want you to do that. They don't want you to be that person. They want you to be able to be sweet and loving, but also be fierce and not put up with bullshit. And all of your experiences are the things that activated these different personality traits within you to show you what you're capable of. And they are so proud of you, and they want to sing your praises and let you know that it's been a long slog. It's been a very long slog, but they are what you're doing right now. And you know what? This is why this came up, and I have to share this story with you. I wish I was showing my face, but I had what I consider the 3 days of darkness recently, and I was really pissed off. And I obliterated my background. I kicked and punched the shit out of it. So I got to figure out a new setup. That is my problem. I should have hit the heavy bag and I didn't. But that's me expressing my anger. Anyway, so there is this song, and it's called Jericho by Iniko, Iniko. And this song it's like, I'm high, I'm from outer space, I got Milky Way for blood, evolution in my veins. I'm gone, I've been making waves, I'm a lumineer now. I've been dreaming of Orion for a long time. I had a vision from the grays they want to co-sign. I'm the future, past, and present. I'm the fine line. I'm the artificial intelligence, new AI. And then it just goes on and says, I'm strong. I'm strong. I never stumble. I break down walls like Jericho crumble. I'm highly protected, tapped into the unknown. All of these messages, right? So I'm listening to this song and I pull up to the stop sign and there's a car right here. And I look and the license plate says Joshua M on it. Joshua is my dead brother. He's one of my angels that agreed to die for the purpose of my awakening to bring my story to the world in a big way, as well as my mom, Mary. So Joshua M, Joshua Mary, right? So I'm really into this song. I'm singing it, and I get goosebumps like I'm on, I don't know, ecstasy and steroids and all of these great feelings things, multiplied by a million. The goosebumps are vibrating in my body. My nose is vibrating. My hairline's vibrating. Everything's vibrating. And I'm like, okay, there's really something really important in this message. And then I go and I'm driving a little more. And I went through a really traumatic experience with an ex. And I almost died. And the day I almost died showed up on another license plate along with our anniversary. And I said, oh my God, like they're letting me know that they're going to take care of this situation in a really profound way. So I pull into the driveway and I look up Jericho in the Bible, and Jericho in the Bible is in the book of Joshua, just like the license plate that I saw. The Joshua defeated the city of Jericho in Canaan near, I think it was the Red Sea or something like that. Yeah, so Joshua 6 is what this story's in. And this story, I got goosebumps everywhere. It's a past life of my brother. Another Joshua. Isn't that something? Anyway, so I read and I'm reading about this story, and it talks about how God kept his promise to glorify the Israelites, Joshua being the leader, the Israelites, to take down these cities in the Middle East. So they were showing me that they are keeping their promise to me in regards to this situation with my ex and the anniversary and the date I almost died. And they wanted me to bring this story to you because a lot of you are receiving signs like this. Many, many signs. To the point, thank you for the confirmation. I love it. And look, in nature, naturium is on my thing. So it's in nature that you're going to find these things. But, you can find it in songs, commercials, on the side of a truck driving down the highway. But what they're showing me is that they're giving you signs and synchronicities now that are going to be very, very specific. Before, it may have been like, read what this number, this sign means. Read the message about what this angel number means. But now it's getting very detailed for you, Scorpio. You're going to start seeing everything, and it's going to be dates. It's going to be dates of your ancestor. You're going to find new names for your ancestors. All of these things are being brought to you to show you what they went through and what storyline you're playing out that's helping them with that energy that they were not able to get past. So I'm also hearing somebody had a very profound Kundalini awakening. It feels like September. Yeah. You had a really profound Kundalini awakening, and they want you to get back to those messages that you heard during that time, Scorpio, because those messages are going to be the nuts and bolts, the meat of your message. And these are things that you haven't really shared with anyone. There's someone in particular you want to share it with, and you have not had the opportunity to communicate and engage with this individual yet. But when you are at a point where this story comes out, they are going to be the first one at your doorstep. When they hear this, they are going to be the first one at your doorstep. And it's like, Metatron speaks. There you go. All right, the throne of God and the emerald dragon codes. Okay, yes, you see what I mean? This stuff, it is so precise. Even the notifications I'm getting are precise to this story. So they want you to let your heart have a break and relax, because what you're going through was designed for you to go through, because you are strong enough to get through it. Even when you feel weak, you may be feeling these really uncomfortable emotions that you just don't like to feel. And when you feel those, you think that you're failing. You are not failing when you feel those emotions. They are literally showing you what things in your environment are causing these emotions. And it's going to get heightened in the next week or two, because your energy is raising to a point where you're so sensitive and you have this beautiful aura about you where things are really going to affect you differently. And also, you're going to receive clarity on a situation within the next 2 weeks. And how it happens is going to really, really surprise you. And there goes a notification again. And it's 404. Ask Astrology. This is from your birth chart. I have goosebumps everywhere. This is coming literally from your birth chart. This is the time for you, Scorpio. 2025 is your year. People who have doubted you or misjudged you or overlooked you are going to be this very people on their knees begging you to forgive them, saying they're sorry, wishing that, like, they've slept on you, Scorp. They slept on you. And when they slept on you, they slept on a master, a god, a master in the making. I'm telling you. Your story is very unique, very detailed, intricate, lots of moving parts, and you've had to follow by faith, follow blindly, because there's so many parts that's moving that if they were to give you the 100 million little cooperative components to this story that was going to happen over years, it never would have happened. You would have given up before you started. It would have been too overwhelming. And so God had to break it down that way. Break it down, break it down, break it down. I don't know why they had me do that, but that's what I got in my head, right? They like sing it in a song. How it's coming across is like they're putting it like iambic pentameter, right? Like there's a da 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 da, and it's like they're singing the song of your life. The great rap heard around the world. That's what I just heard. The rap heard around the world. I love it. Okay. So you've got a really unique story, and I'm so honored to be the one to share this information with you. I will say this meditation and this reading has really humbled me and made me feel peace. So thank you for bringing that to me. Without you, I don't think that I would have felt this. So I appreciate you so much. All right, so let's get it. Yeah, see, with the Seven of Pentacles at the bottom, this is the work that you have been putting in. And you know what I love? They wanted me to use this deck specifically. And it's interesting that they put this not Seven of Pentacles at the bottom, because when I look at it, it reminds me of the Nine of Pentacles. Because goosebumps everywhere. You've been doing this solo. This has been your baby. Nobody is going to be able to take this glory, this story, the blessings that are coming with this from you. It is yours. It is destined. All right. What was the words? Predestined, written in stone, heavily protected, never alone. I'm tapped into the unknown. That is your lyric from that song that I talked about earlier, Jericho by Aniko, right? So in this card, she's got 4 chests, okay, full of gold. Gold on the ground. She has a crown laying on top of one of the golden chests. And then she's picking a fruit, right? She's like, she has everything that she needs, and she's going towards the natural thing. All of these things, it's like you're going to have all of this stuff around you. And when you have all of this stuff around you, the things that you still appreciate the most, the things in nature, this peach being taken off this tree, literally all of this gold, she's covered in gold and green. So gold is about courage and vitality. Okay, it's success, it's wealth. And then the green is about abundance. And this card, green can mean jealousy, which kind of gives me, you see how the green is cloaked, and I've never gotten this before, how the green is cloaked over this arm, and she's looking this way. This is somebody, this is like an energy that's really jealous of you, even right now, because whatever you're doing it with passion, and you've tapped into something that is separate from this individual, somebody in your life that really hurt you. They are not your happiness anymore. They are not your prized possession. They are not the reason that you are succeeding and being happy and having passion. You've created your own passion with Source, with God. And now you're receiving the fruits of your labor, and these energies here are noticing the shift because your attention is no longer on them. Your attention's on the purity, the sweetness of this fruit, the fruits of your labor. She's literally holding the fruits of her labor, and there's all of the fruits down here manifested in real physical form. So I love that they put so much into that card. Such a beautiful, beautiful card. You got a very unique storyline. You could be dealing with the Sagittarius, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. But what I'm getting here is that your healing, which this was a part of your healing, your healing, putting in the work to heal, alchemizing those lower vibrations, raising your vibrations with your ancestors. You see how they are opaque, okay? They have a nun here, someone who's pregnant, reminds me of, the Empress card. And then in the middle, it's almost like a sister or a daughter. These are ancestors. Your ancestors. It's like you have a long, long, long bloodline of spiritual warriors. People who have been gifted, and you don't know a lot of them. And there were several of them back in like the 1700s that had these gifts that you are tapping into now. And you are going to be able to use that energy in this lifetime. And when in this Seven of Cups, I love this one because you have you have a teacher over here speaking to these children, and they're paying attention to the teacher. It's like, look at this as the church, like the traditional, whatever church. I'm just going to say Christian church. I grew up with a father who was a Christian pastor. It's a long story, but anyway. So they're paying attention to this indoctrination while you're over here healing with yourself, with God and your ancestors. So your healing came about differently than how it's done with a typical person. And that's how your story is going to be, bringing glory to you, to your ancestors, to God, to the people that follow you. It's going to be really profound. And these cups, he is not guessing about what's in these cups. You know why? They are empty. He gets to fill these cups, and he's got a big smile on his face. He's happy about it. He could see directly into these cups. He knows that he has a blank slate. And look at these 7 cups as 7 major areas in your life. And it's like the slate has been wiped clean because of the healing and the work you've put in. And now it's time to fill those cups. And it is going to be emotional in nature at first, but then it turns into the physical. And you understand that's what you've been doing. You went through all the emotional turmoil, physically healed it emotionally. Now you're in a place where, what do I want now? What do I want? Well, it's your life. You get to decide what you want. And what you want is going to be extremely successful. And what you've done has put yourself into, look at this. Queen of Cups, Queen of Wands, and I've got goosebumps everywhere, in the Star. You can't make this up. This is destiny written in stone, heavily protected, tapped into the unknown. Oh, and it was just 1918 on the clock, and didn't I say September would be an important month for you? Very, very important. You're going to be doing something very public and liked. I mean, you're going to have a lot of admirers. I also heard you're going to have a lot of people approaching you, wanting to date you, and if you're uncomfortable with saying no to people now, you're going to get very comfortable, very comfortable with telling people no. And it's like you're somebody who's going to get Like, you're going to get all the pickup lines, all these different, like, walks of life. People who are rich, people who are poor, people who are successful, people who are not successful, everything in between. People attracted to your energy. And it's interesting because they're telling me you approach each one of these people differently. Some of them, it's like you're going to know when to be kind of tough with your words, and you're going to know when to be soft with your words. And that's all due to these heavy experiences that you had. This is really good energy. I can't even tell you how happy I am for you, Scorpio. I mean, you've got the Eight of Cups and the Nine of Wands. This is your victory. She is at the top of the hill. And the Seven of Wands in this deck, she is down on the bottom looking up at this hill. And it is barren. You see how these are barren in the background here? These mountains, they're barren. By the time she gets to the top, there's green grass, there's yellow flowers, there's sprouts on every single wand. And that is not happening in the Seven of Wands. She's still looking up at the climb. Well, she's got a big smile on her face. She's got scrapes and bruises and things like that, but she is happy because she's proud of what she's accomplished. And what you've accomplished is walking away from so many, many awful, atrocious things that happened that a lot of people can't seem to struggle to make it out of that. You know, it's like maybe it takes another lifetime to get through the rest of it, or 2 to 3 lifetimes, but you're doing it in one lifetime. You've got they're saying your heart, there's something about the strength of your heart, even physically. It's literally able to pump more blood than other human beings. There's something about it that's very unique. And that energy is going to get activated in you. And there's, I just heard you're going to be pregnant. You're going to be pregnant by the divine, whatever that means. Like, I don't know, Mother Mary stuff, but it happens after you're in this energy, like Jesus energy, this master energy. Something really profound happens, and like you are being gifted a child that is going to be like the light of the world. It's beautiful. And I don't know, Scorpio. All I can say is congratulations. I'm so honored to do this message for you, man. I really am. Thank you for allowing me to be a part of this. I'll be happy to do the next one and see how this unfolds for you, okay? Peace and love, Scorps. I'll see you in the next one.